What's good, YouTube? Hope y'all doing well. I've been sampling a lot of music recently, especially R&B songs, and so in this video I figured I'd show y'all how you can take an R&B sample and you can flip it into a modern R&B beat for artists like Bryson Tiller and Brent Faiyaz. I don't think I gotta say too much else, so let's just jump right into it. So I already picked out this song called Something Keeps Pulling Me Back by her. I already have an idea of where I want to chop it. I'm not gonna get too into depth into finding my chops here, but I'm just gonna show y'all the whole process of how I just take the original chop and turn it into the finished version that I use with the beat. So I'll just show y'all the little section that I want to use, and then I'll just go from there.
Maybe I'm running from my truth, but baby I blame it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride would never say that. So I'm sitting in a...
So I want to go to where that first kick is and chop it right there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and mute this, and we will play this, and I'm just gonna tap in. I'm just gonna tap what I think the metronome speed is here, so that way we can find the tempo. I know there's easier ways to do this. I've covered them in some of the other sampling videos, but I just prefer this method because I usually get the most accurate result out of it. I'm gonna just go up to my tempo, right click on it and hit tap, and I'm just gonna use any of the keys on my keyboard to just tap in.
Maybe I'm running from my truth, but baby I blame it all on you. It's really me.
Seems like it's about 156 is my guess. So we're at 157, 156. Looks correct. All right, so yeah, that sounds pretty good. And all the waveforms line up even all the way down here. I mean, for the most part, they're a little bit off, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So I just want to take this 16 measure clip right here and trim it off. So we're gonna go to the end and we'll just trim right before that first kick of what I think is the next verse.
Every time I try to leave, something
or the chorus rather. So we'll go ahead and mute this. I don't want to keep the percussion that they have going on here. I feel like we could replace the instruments and the melody with something different. So I guess what I'm getting at is the main thing that I want to extract from this is just the vocals. So let's go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna go to the top left of the audio clip and go to extract stems from sample. All I want here is the vocals, so I'm gonna just hit extract.
Maybe I'm running from my truth.
I'm gonna roll off that first
baby,
part.
I blame it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride would never say that. So I'm sitting in a car that I won't start. Maybe I got nothing to say right now, like I'm paralyzed from the waist down. Why is it so hard?
Alright, so we'll do this and then roll off the vocals at the end.
This is so hard. Maybe.
Alright, I just want something that loops pretty cleanly, and it seems like it does. So let's go ahead and throw down a pattern clip here. First thing I have in mind is some sort of pad, probably something from like Omnisphere or something. So let's grab something like that. There was one pad that I used on a recent beat, and I want to use it again. I think it was from this 808 Mafia bank or something like that. Something like that works. So does that. There's this one right here. Real atmospheric, it kind of swells into it. I think this really fits the R&B vibe. I'm gonna go back to this clip here and extract just the bass so I can figure out what the chord progression that matches these vocals is. So the bass line generally follows this sort of pattern, so I think that's good enough. And just looking at it, it looks like it's in D sharp minor because we have the 6th note and the 5th note of the scale, which are right next to each other. We have the 3rd note and the 1st. So let's just go ahead and just build out some simple chords or intervals. I mean, this pad already takes up a lot of space, so I think chords would be doing a little too much with it. So let's go ahead and just...
Maybe I'm running from my truth, but baby I blame it all on you.
Alright, so one thing I want to do is turn the vocals down just a little bit. I'm gonna drop these in octave just so that they're all about the same octave here.
Maybe I'm running from my truth, but baby I blame it all on you.
And I think I'll do the same here with the end. Drop the C sharp down an octave, just so it kind of moves down.
Maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby, I blame it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride will never say that. So I'm sitting.
All right, I think that's good. So we'll just leave that as is. Next thing I want to get is a bass of some sort. So I'm gonna go ahead and look to the Solus kit here, and we'll just grab this basic one, turn on use loop points, and we'll just copy those bass notes from earlier. So it was B, A sharp, D sharp, F, copy it over. We'll move it up an octave too so we can hear it easier.
Maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby, I blame it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride will never say that. So I'm sitting.
All right, a few things I want to do to this. I want to route all these to a mixer track. I want to sort these vocals out because we're going to have to make some changes to this so it fits for the verse. So I think the first thing I want to do is roll off the low parts of our vocals, especially those octave down parts. Just roll them off, keep it simple. Then I want to throw some reverb on it.
So I'm sitting in a car that I won't start. Maybe I got nothing to say right now. Like I'm paralyzed from the waist down. Why is this so hard?
I could probably roll it off a little more. Alright, that's fine. And then I think what I want to do is go to Fruity Love Filter and put down, let's just see what the bass preset sounds like on it.
Maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby, I blame it all.
I think we just leave it like this. Alright, so just those three effects. So it fits a lot better in the mix. And by the time we start throwing some more elements, especially like the drums and stuff, we'll have enough room to maneuver with it. Alright, I'm also not liking this bass sound, so I'm gonna go to, there's one bass sound in particular that I've used for R&B beats. It's from the Eve Robbie kit, and it is, I think, this wide bass right here. Drop it an octave.
Maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby, I blame it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride will never say that. So I'm sitting in a car that I won't start. Maybe I got nothing to say.
Alright, so the whole idea of making this, so I think this is all I'm going to do for it melodically. And the whole idea behind this is I want there to be enough room for an artist to get on it, and it's catchy enough with the vocals and the bass that somebody would actually want to use it. Like, it's not too bare bones, but since we're making R&B beat, we want to have plenty of room. Yeah, we want to get some stuff that catches the ear, but we don't want to do too much here. So I think melodically, this is all I want to do with it. And I'm going to keep the themes the same with the drums. I'm going to keep those pretty simple too. So for the drums, I'm going to go to the Solus multi-kit. I know I've already gone to it once with the bass, it didn't work out, but I definitely want to use some drums from this kit. I think I'm going to use the lights kick, and there's a specific snare in here. This one right here, the Brent snare. And we'll grab a hi-hat, this little cart one right here. There's already some drum midis in here that already have the bounce that I'm looking for with this R&B type of bounce here. So I'm gonna go and grab this clap snare R&B bounce. I'll throw it on the snare here. It seems extra, but by the time we fit everything else in, it'll make sense. And then I'm also going to go and grab a hi-hat MIDI, which is right here, called R&B Bounce. I think it's just the same name, but it's a hi-hat instead of a snare. So let's go ahead and throw down the kick here. Just keep it simple. Leave this one right here. Turn the velocity up on them a little bit so they knock. Well, I know this is a really lazy way of putting it, but that's pretty much the whole beat. That's it. 6 things. That's literally it. I'm gonna keep it super simple. There are a few things that I'm gonna do to add some more variation to it. So a lot of the star of the show here is going to be the arrangement, and I think I actually do want to throw in a second hi-hat pattern just to mix it up a little bit. And we're definitely going to add some automation onto these vocals too. So I'm going to go ahead and clone the vocals over one. For the beginning here, I definitely want the vocals to have more room to breathe, but especially here in the verse, I don't want that as much. I actually want to muffle it a little bit, so I'm going to make an EQ automation. So I'm going to open up some EQ. We're going to go to any one of the cut presets, doesn't matter. And all we're gonna adjust is just this top cut here. So we still want some of that feel of the vocals in the verse. We don't want the enunciation of the words from the vocal sample to interfere with what the artist is going to say on the track. So that's why I'm cutting a lot of these mids, high mids area, because that's where most of the vocal shines on the finished track. So at a sonic level, all I'm really doing here is just making room for the artist. And the easiest way to do that is just make this cut during the verses and maybe even the hooks too. So like I said, I wanted to make an automation clip with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just select 8 measures right here. So from 17 to 25, I'm going to go back to the mixer track where it says Fruity Parametric EQ. I'm gonna hit right click on it and do create automation clip. And what I want to do is I want to copy one over here, click on the top left and hit make unique. And so the song's going to start out like this. And then by the time we get to the verse, and I want to make a third automation clip because this transitions a little awkwardly. Maybe not too bad, but I think just for continuity purposes, let's do this anyways. So I'm just gonna go and create another automation clip here by copying it over and hit make unique, put in a new automation point with right click, and I'm just gonna raise this one at the end up a little bit. All right, so I think what I wanna do here is for the intro, there's just going to be no drums, and I think I'll start off with no bass too, so we'll just do maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby I blamed it on you. It's really me, but all my pride would never say that. So I'm sitting in a car that I won't start. Maybe I got nothing to say right now, like I'm paralyzed. And I think I'm going to go back to this vocal EQ here and make it a really narrow cut. I don't know, it just sounds a little better to me. So for this part right here, I think I'm gonna cut out the pad. So I'm thinking we'll have an intro, a lead in. So right here could be like a little pre-chorus. And we'll have a chorus here, 16 measures or so. And then right here, I'm gonna cut out the hi-hat. And right after this, I think I actually want to make a little switch up. So we have all of our verse elements right here. But the first thing I want to do is make an alternate hi-hat pattern. So I'm going to just make a new clip here by making it unique. So I'm going to scrap all this. I'm just going to do fill each 4 steps on the hi-hats. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to go fill each 8 steps. Hit Control C and Control V. Fill these middle ones, and I'm just gonna hold Alt and scroll down a little bit so the velocities are a little staggered like that. And also, I know I'm really all over the place in this video, but I want to switch out that snare with another one, like kind of a rim snare. This snare is from the Ignite multi-kit, in case you're wondering. And I'm gonna grab one more drum sound from the Solus kit, which is this atmosphere snare. So it's gonna sound something like this. Drop it on the 2nd and 6th measure. And I think for this beat, we're just gonna kind of rinse and repeat it. We're I'm just gonna throw it right back into a pre-chorus. So this part right here, I guess, could be a verse. So right back into pre-chorus, chorus. And then I think at the end, we're just gonna have a redo of the intro, but kind of in reverse. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. I appreciate y'all for watching. Just a little bit of a different type of beat, so hopefully it's a little change of pace. I enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all rock with it too. And I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one, so I'll see y'all in the next video.
Maybe I'm running from the truth, but baby, I blamed it all on you. It's really me, but all my pride would never say that.
Roll up, Taylor.
That I won't start. Baby, I got nothing.